同学们好.
老师好。
Welcome everybody. Great to see you. Some familiar faces have joined us. It's wonderful. It is November the 9th. This is our second class of the third section practice. We're right at the beginning of the third section. And today we will be reviewing Parting Wild Horse's Mane and then doing the transition from Parting Wild Horse's Mane to Grass Bird's Tail, and then do number one of the Fair Lady Works Shuttle sequence. So that's the menu for today. We'll start with our standing practice. We're actually focusing on doing it in bow stance, but let's just start in the normal standing practice just to get everything set and get our bodies used to that feeling. So feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, feet parallel, going to the front, arms rounded in front of you, palms about chest height, bend the knees, sink down. And so what we're doing here is practicing our posture, and I'll go through the posture checks so that we can actually get our breathing natural and breathe in our abdomen. But really the goal is to train our bodies to relax, and that's relax in the Tai Chi Chuan sense, which is to have all the joints and tendons and ligaments open, and to have your whole body open and connected. And so we'll do that by starting with our posture. So pushing up at the top of the head. So feel your neck extending, your head pushing up, front of your face vertical. And then number two, feel your shoulders sinking down and your elbows dropping. So you should feel an extension in your neck. The head goes up and the shoulders go down. And actually, now keep doing that extension as you relax the waist, number three. So you're dropping your hips straight down, making sure that your lower spine, your lumbar spine is rounded out slightly. And now number four, absorb the chest and slightly round the back. And do that by pulling out at your elbows. So the elbows pull on the shoulder blades, pull on the spine, and complete the circle by feeling your fingertips are extending the other way. So your arms are this extended, poised outside of a balloon. And you want that whole feeling. So as you extend across your back from left to right, feel also the extension in your spine vertically. So up at the top of the head and down at the waist, down at the hips. And finally, feel your feet. So check that your weight is even forward back. So you can't easily lift your heels or the balls of your feet. And also on the inside and the outside. And we do that by what we say is rounding the crotch. So making sure that we have a nice opening in our groins. So relax here and come out of this, and we'll do bow stance. So perform a bow stance, back foot to the corner, front foot to straight. The distance is as far as you can easily go out forwards, and shoulder width from side to side. Come into the bow stance and make sure that you have a rounded crotch, so your knees aren't tilted in, crotch is nice and rounded. 60% on the front, 30% on the back. Your torso is tilted forward so that when you're in this bow stance, you're not like this. You're tilted that the torso is in line with the back leg. So let's do standing practice here. So arms out. If this becomes too much for your arms, just drop them and bring them back up again. We'll just do a minute to begin with here. So you're in a bow stance, 60% on the front, 40 on the back, head up. So even though your torso is folded forward, your head is up. Your front of your face is still vertical. Feel your shoulders sinking and your elbows dropping. Absorb the chest by opening, pulling apart at the elbows, And the most interesting, relax the waist. So drop your hips down, and you may well feel that your foot, the pressure on your feet changes. So keep checking your feet so that particularly the back heel is nice and rooted, that you can't easily lift the back heel. So let's change to the other side. So shift your weight back, pick up the front foot, bring it in and put it down at 45 degrees. Shift your weight, and actually a side to side waist movement will help shift your weight to the other side. Pick up that other foot, step out at the distance that it can come in easily, and shift into a bow stance. And let's do a minute. So head up, feel as if the top of your head is being pulled up with a string, and that your shoulders are hanging down. Everything is sinking down from the neck on down. Absorb the chest and round the back, and relax the waist. What we're practicing here is this relaxed feeling, fang song, so that we're opening all the joints, tendons, ligaments, so that everything is unified. So that's a minute. Let's just go back to the other side and do that again. Bring in the back foot, shift your weight to the other side. Make sure you're nice and stacked as you step out into a bow stance. Come into your bow stance, crotch rounded, torso tilted forwards, head up, shoulders sinking, chest absorbed, waist relaxed. Feel both feet flat on the ground. And actually observe your breath. See if your abdomen is moving easily, abdomen extending as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. And for the last one, let's go to the other side. Shift back, put the foot down, shift onto the other side. Make sure you're nice and stacked and solid. Step out, shift into your bow stance, torso tilted forward in line with the back leg. Feel the weight on your feet, 60% on the front, 40 on the back, crotch rounded. Relax the waist. Round the back by pulling out at the elbows and the fingertips. You should feel it tingling in the tips of your fingers if you have enough, but don't have so much that it affects your breathing. Sink your shoulders down. Very often as we absorb the chest, our shoulders hike up, and head up. And in the last few moments, as you're in this posture, breathe. Breathe in, your abdomen expands. Breathe out, abdomen contracts. And we'll finish. Drop the palms, step the back foot forward, parallel to the front foot, and press down. So what I'll be doing for the whole of this third section course is we'll be doing 5 to 10 minutes of standing practice at the beginning of every practice. What I've found is that I actually do standing practice at the beginning of every practice I do every day, and it really helps get my posture right, because this way we can practice without anything moving what it should feel like and then transfer that to the moving practice. Let's just practice the beginning of the third section again together, starting from cross hands. So if you started going in that direction, you'd be this way. I'll turn around so that I can face this way. Beginning of the third section, cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Circle the arms, step out almost to corner, brush, and push. You're essentially in a right brush knee. Roll back, sit back, wait, lift the right palm to the right shoulder, turn over the left, push out with the right forearm, pull with the left arm, then continue, roll back to the corner. Press, Close the chest, close the arms, left palm to the right forearm center, push up and out. Push, flatten the palms, square the chest to the direction of the right foot, sit back, drop the palms in front of the ribs and push up and out, palms to shoulder height. Diagonal single whip. Sit back your weight, flatten the palms. Now pull with the left arm, pivot on the right foot. The right foot goes to the straight direction. Come back. Now you're going to do single whip to the diagonal, to the corner direction. Parting wild horse's mane. 1. Shifting the weight back, turn the body, the left toe turns more than corner, less than straight. Sit back, close the arms, step out with the right foot, more than straight, less than corner. With body turning, right arm sweeps up, left arm goes down. Number 2, shift weight back slightly, pick up the right foot as you put it down, rotate both arms. Close the arms, left foot steps in and out. With body turning, shift weight forward, sweep the left arm up. You're looking over your left fingertips. Number 3, shift weight back slightly, lift the left foot, put it down, close the arms. When the arms close, heel touch with the right foot. With body turning, sweep the right arm out and hold your closing position here. Let's just check a few things. The right arm is taiji straight, fingertips about eye, forehead level. You're looking over your fingertips in the direction away from your fingertips. Right arm is in line with the right leg. Left palm is in front of the left hip, and the left tiger's mouth is pointing at right forearm center. You're in a bow stance, so let's finish by just checking our bow stance. Take your back foot, turn it parallel to the front foot, and then bring it forward parallel, and you should be in a bow stance. Because the parting wild horse's manes are just a series of bow stances, but they're not to the straight or to the corner the way they usually are. They're sort of in between. So there's just a couple of small things in the lead up to wild horse parts its mane, and then we'll review wild horse parts its mane in some detail. The first one is, and this is a perennial favorite, it's doing its exact movements of the rollback after we've done Embrace Tiger Return to the Mountain. It's not the rollback that we're used to doing. So when we do the form and we do ward off right at the beginning of the first section or anywhere else, we go to the right and we come back. This is the rollback in Grassbird's tail. The rollback after Embrace Tiger Return to the Mountain actually is a rollback that begins in a right bow stance. So it's like brush knee and push right. So let's just go through the steps for this rollback. So I'll do it facing in a couple of different directions since I'm not mirroring you. So 1, shift your weight back slightly, rotate the left palm and raise the right palm in front of your shoulder. Your weight is now 50-50 between your feet. As you push out with the right arm, pull with the left, you finish shifting your weight onto the left. Check that you have crotch rounded, not like this, but like this, and then do a rollback. So let me show it from this angle. Okay. Yeah. So 1, start shifting your weight back, rotate the left and bring the right palm in front of the right shoulder. This is the key part. So you want your left arm is still out, but the left palm is up and the right palm is in front of your shoulder. Then you're going to push out with your right forearm and pull with the left and complete your rollback. Do it on this side. So 1, start shifting your weight back, rotate the left palm, lift the right. 2, push out with the right, pull with the left. So I want you to check that when you're in this position, this is what we call rollback. It's looking really nice. So the fingertips of your left hand point at the center of your right forearm. I'm seeing some nice rollback shapes there. Yep. and then we do it just a little, and then we finish the rollback here. So that's this rollback. The, let's see, yes, diagonal single whip. So let's just review diagonal single whip. It's actually pretty much a standard single whip, but the directions are slightly different, and I just wanted to call out a few things. So let's say we've done push to this, almost to this corner. So you remember, so when we do embrace tiger, return to the mountain, we end up with our right foot between the side and the corner, and we've done push. So we're going to do single whips. So sit back, flatten the palms, pull with the left arm, and then circle the arms around. Check that your back foot is pointing to the straight direction. Now, when you come back, some of us, I find our hands are very high. So when you come down, the hands coming back, press down a bit, as if you're deflecting somewhere. There's a slight deflect here. Then you make your hook. And so here, normally when we do single whip, our arm is to the corner, but here, because our foot is different, the arm is to the side. We step in and out, brush, and strike. That's a small fix. The main thing that I noticed was some of us were coming down with our hands quite high. So come down with feel a slight pressure here, and then come up to make your hook. Okay, are there any questions about those two movements? Or anything else before we get to parting wild horses mane? Okay, let's review parting wild horses mane. So we were in diagonal single whip. So I'm going to go in this direction. So let's just check the footwork. Actually, if I go in the same direction as you, let's see, we're here. Yeah. So this would be going in the same direction as you. I'm in a bow stance to the corner. The footwork, I'm going to pivot my left foot, which is pointing to the corner. It's going to point more than corner, almost straight. So it's going to rotate through more than 90 degrees. So I'm going to shift my weight quite a bit back, pivot on the left heel. The left toe is more than straight, more than corner, less than straight. I'm going to pick up my right foot, release my hips, and step out more than straight, less than corner. And the reason for that is that we want to have 45 degrees between the front foot and the back foot. So that's the footwork. Let's just do the footwork again. So we're in a bow stance to the corner, shift weight back, pivot to more than straight, less than corner, shift back, pick up the front foot, step out, more than straight, less than corner, shift forward. So that's the footwork. In order to do the arm movements, I'm going to face in a different direction. So let's do the arm movement. I'm going to shift back my weight, and as I pivot in, my arms don't change. My foot is now pointing more than straight, less than corner. I'm going to, as I sit my weight back, I'm going to drop my upper arm, and the left arm is going to come under and step out. So as always in the form, when our arms close, we have a heel touch. So that's the case here. And then we're going to do a waist turn to sweep up with the right arm. Something I want you to notice is if I do this, it's just a bow stance. I want your torso to be leaning forward. So your torso is not, you're not like this. Your torso isn't vertical. Your torso is leaning in the direction of your front leg. When you finish this movement, your torso is leaning forward. So not up like this, but leaning forward, torso and back leg in a line. So let's just review the arm movements here. So we're starting in a left bow stance to the corner, single whip. First, shift back, weight, pivot on the left heel, body turning, but the arms don't change, just the body turns. As you shift your weight back, drop the left arm, circle the right arm under the left, step out, heel touch. Now, as you root with your right heel, lean your torso slightly in the direction of the right heel so that you're now set up to do your waist turn as you swing the arm out. And I want you to feel that this is a swing. The work is being done by your waist. In other words, this part of your body turning. It's not the arm opening. It's mostly the waist turning. Let's continue with number 2 and 3. So we're number 2. So we're in a right bow stance. The right foot is more than straight, less than corner. So we're here. Number 2, shift your weight back slightly and pick up the right foot. Put down the right foot. You can move it out slightly, but not past corner. Shift your weight in. The left foot comes by the right foot, step out. Heel touch. And again, your left foot is now pointing more than straight, less than corner. And shift into a bow stance. So let's start from this position again. So we're in, both feet are between straight and corner. Shift weight back slightly, pick up the right foot, put it down again. Shift forward, pick up the left foot, goes by the right foot, step out. Between straight and corner, shift forward into a bow stance, and make sure that when you finish your bow stance, you're leaning in the direction of your front leg. Now let's add the arms. So we're in a bow stance. Right arm up, left palm in front of the left hip. So 1, shift weight back slightly, pick up the right foot, open it infinitesimally, put it back down. Now, as you move your weight forward, rotate the right palm down and bring the left palm up and in. So essentially, you're going from right palm up and left palm down to right palm down and left palm up. So both arms are going to rotate. Now you can close. As you close, drop your right arm so that it is a sort of chest height. Step out, arms closed, then lean in the direction of your front foot, and with a waist turn, sweep the arm up. That's number 2. Number 3 is just the same on the other side. So let's just do the footwork. Shift weight back slightly, pick up the left foot, open it a tad, put it back down. Step forward, bring the back foot in past the left foot, step out, more than straight, less than corner, shift forward, bow stance. Let's add the arms. So we're in a left bow stance with the left foot between straight and corner. Left arm up, left arm in line with the right leg, right palm in front of the right hip. So 1, shift back weight, pick up the left foot, put it back down again, and rotate the arms. So now you've got left palm down, right palm up, shifting your weight in, close the arms, step out, root with your right foot, with the waist turning, sweep the right arm up. So let's do those 3 together. So we started in, and I will go in the same direction as you. So we started in a diagonal single whip. Left foot forward. Parting wild horse's mane. 1, shift weight back, pivot the left foot more than 90 degrees, arms rotate in space. Now sit back, close the arms, step out. When the arms close, heel touch with the right foot more than straight, less than corner. With body turning, sweep up the right arm. Number 2, shift weight back slightly, lift up the right foot, put it down as the arms rotate. So now you've got the right palm down, left palm up. Close the arms, step out, and sweep. Number 3, shift back weight, lift the left foot up, put it down, rotate both arms, close the arms, step through and circle up. And stop. Are there any questions? Let me watch you do this. So for most of you, most of the time, I can't see your feet. So we'll just go on trust that your footwork is good. come to an in-person practice if you can, and then we can work on footwork. So there are a few things that I wanted to underline that I noticed that are sort of easy fixes and are easy to see. So the first is just the ending posture. Your arm, the out arm is what we say is straight. It's not like this straight. There's a slight bend in it, but it's not like this. So have it straight, as straight as you can, given constraints on shoulders and arthritis and all the afflictions that we have, but try and have it straight and it's up. The next thing that I want to focus on is when we finish this movement, how we move the arms. So you can mirror me or do it do it. So I've got, my right arm up, but this would be your left arm if you're mirroring me. And we're just going to do it facing the screen, because I just want to make sure we've got the arm movements right. So the first thing that happens is both arms rotate. So we go from palm up at the top to palm down, and from palm down at the bottom to palm up. Then we close. Then we open. And so this arm is nice and straight. This arm is down below. Then we're going to close. And as we close, rotate both arms. Drop the upper arm so that it goes from this high to this high. And then sweep up, and your right palm will come over your left forearm. And so then again, back to the other side. Rotate both arms. Your right arm will come into near your right hip. Close. Your left arm drops to chest height. Open. Close. Open. And the last thing we can work on here is gaze. So here I'm gazing at over in the direction over my fingertips. As I close my arms, I'm looking in the direction of the lower hand, which is actually sort of over the upper forearm. Then I follow the lower hand up, looking over the upper hand. I close. Now my gaze is going in the direction of the lower hand, looking sort of down to the ground at about 45 degrees and up. And stop. How's that? Okay, I'm seeing some nods. I'm seeing some thumbs up. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the transition from the last Parting Wild Horse's mane to Grassbird's tail. And so that's actually quite an interesting transition. So if we start in this direction, we've gone to here. So I'm facing in the same direction as you. We've done right Parting Wild Horse's mane. So I am in a right bow stance. My right foot is bit past the straight direction, but not at corner. My left foot is past corner, but not straight. Footwork. Oh, let me just show you what this looks like. For those I think we've all done this before, but let's just review. So what it looks like is I'm going to shift back my weight, turn the right toe to corner, close the arms, bring the left foot in and out, and step. And so on the other side, what it looks like is shift weight back slightly, close the right toe to corner. Arms close and step out. When the arms are closed, heel touch, the usual thing. Then the left arm comes up, the right goes down, and you're in a ward-off left. So let's just check the footwork. So we're starting with the right foot, more than straight, less than corner. We're going to turn it through just less than 90 degrees. So shift weight back a little bit, pivot on the right heel. The left toe is now pointing to the front right corner. Shift your weight onto the right. Because the distance between your feet is more than shoulder width, bring the left foot in and step it out into a bow stance and shift forward your weight. You're going to be in ward-off left, so your torso here is vertical. It's not the usual bow stance where the torso is tilted. Torso is vertical because it's ward-off left. That's the footwork. Let's do the arm movements. So we've done parting wild horse's mane, right arm up. As you shift back your weight, pivot, you're just turning your body, your arms aren't changing. Then as you shift your weight back, the arms close, bring your left foot in, step out, and ward off left. Let's do that together, and I'll face this way in case anybody wants to check. So we're here, parting wild horse mane number 3. Shift weight back slightly, pivot on the right heel, pivot the whole body, the right toes to the corner. Now as you shift your weight back, both arms are going to rotate. Palm up to palm down to palm up. Same thing we had earlier. Step out, close. Now shift forward your weight and lift up. And check you're in ward off left. So your left arm is out straight to the side. Your chest is almost facing to the side. Your right palm is at hip height. Tiger's mouth is pointing at the forearm, the left forearm center. Let's do that one more time. So we're from parting wild horse's mane. 1, shift back weight, pivot on the right heel, right toe to corner. Now sit back your weight, both arms rotate, close and step out. Arms closed, now lift up. And let's go into ward off right. So shift weight back slightly. Pivot on the left heel, left arm comes to the right. Now left arm rotates, grabs to the left as the right arm closes. So now again, you've got left palm down, right palm up. Close the arms as you step out, and now you're in ward off right, and here you are leaning forward because your opponent is in front of you, and your right forearm is in line with your right leg, and you're in ward off right. Right palm is about chest height. Yeah, that's right. That looks good, Michael. Okay. Are there any questions? We'll practice this through a few times at the end. I just want to make sure we cover our sort of the main course for today, which is Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. So after we've done ward off left, actually, so we'll end up here, parting wild horses. So let's do this one more time and go through all the movements that follow from here. So we're parting wild horses mane to the right, number 3. So we're going to go into grass bird's tail, shift back weight, pivot on the right heel, right toe to the corner, close the arms, left foot comes in, steps out, bow stance width, lift with the left, pull down with the right, you're in ward off left, torso vertical, ward off right, shift to the right, left arm comes across to the right, then goes back to the left, rotates and grabs, close, step in and out with the right foot, ward off right, roll back, both arms rotate and your torso turns to the right, comes back to the left, check that your crotch is rounded, press, chest closes, and press out, and push, circles down in front of your ribs, pushes back out to shoulder height. Single whip, sit back, flatten the palms, pull with the left hand as you pivot on the right heel. Arms go all the way to the side. Press down as they come back from left to right. Standard single whip, so hook to the corner, step out, left arm rotates to the side, strike out to the side. You're in single whip. So from here, we're going to do Fair Lady Works Shuttles. There are 4 of them. Today, we're going to do number 1. And we'll do number 2 next week, number 3 the week after, and then we'll finish. So let me just demonstrate the movement. So we're starting in single whip. And actually, I will just turn around. We'll do the footwork in the same direction as you, but just so that you can see the movement. So Fair Lady Works Shuttles, we start in single whip. We circle to the right, come back to the left, passing palm, left under right, step out and strike. And this is Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. As it turns out, you know, the third section is the longest section in terms of elapsed time of all 3 sections, but it's got the least new stuff. There's very little that's new. And in fact, even though this might look like a completely different movement to all the other ones, all the parts and pieces are parts and pieces you know. They're just assembled in a different way. I'll point out some of those as we go. It doesn't really help to be told it's the same as stuff you've learned, I found. It's still hard. So, okay, single whip. So let's just do the footwork. So we've done, and I'm going in the same direction as you, assuming you're starting going to the front. So we're starting in a left bow stance to the side. If that's the 12 o'clock direction, that's the 9 o'clock direction. We are going to end up in a left bow stance to the front right corner, which is, if that's 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1:30. So we're going to go from one bow stance to another bow stance, but we're going to have a transition step. So let's work on the transition. We're in a bow stance to the side. 1, shift your weight back, pivot the left toe through 135 degrees. This is the same footwork as fan through the back to turn body chop with fist. Sit back, release your hips, release the front foot. I want you to pick up the front foot and put the front foot down, pointing to the side. So the front foot is now going to the side. That's at 12 o'clock, that's 3 o'clock. It's going to be 1 line, 2 sides. I'll show you that in a moment. Then we're going to step through into a bow stance. So the left foot is to the corner, the right foot is to the side. We've got 45 degrees between them. Let me show you what I mean by 1 line, 2 sides. We're starting in a bow stance. Turn the left foot toe 135 degrees. Sit back, pick up the right and put it down. I want you to be able to have a line that goes in the direction of your back foot and past your right heel. This direction, this 45-degree direction, is the direction you're going to be moving in. So that's the direction of your opponent. So you're going to be stepping through. Let's move this forward a bit. So I am going to be stepping in this direction into my bow stance. So you can see that my left foot and this line are parallel. And the reason why we do this step, transition steps, we usually do 1 line, 2 sides. And for those of you who are following along, if you think about parry, block, parry, block, and punch, yeah. So we've got this transitional step in parry, block, and punch, 1 line, 2 sides. Direction I'm moving, front foot is 45 degrees from the direction I'm moving, stepping through into a bow stance. So this footwork is the same as what we're doing today. So let's practice that together a couple of times, just the footwork. We're in a bow stance. to the straight direction. Sit back, wait. Pivot on the left heel, left foot turns 135 degrees to the straight direction. Sit back, pick up the right foot, put it down, touch with the heel. The right foot is pointing to the side. Shift your weight forward and establish your weight on the right foot. This is actually going to help with the arm movements. Then step through into a bow stance, heel touch, and then shift your weight, heel ball toe, bend knee. Again, we're in a bow stance, to the side, left leg in front. Shift weight back, pivot 135 degrees. Shift weight back onto the left, pick up the right foot, put it down so that the right foot is now pointing to the side. Step through into a bow stance. Now, for some of us, it's difficult to turn that 135-degree turn. If you can't make that 135-degree turn, don't sweat it. This is a transitional step. You're not going to stay there. So I'll show you, for example, if you find that you can only bring your foot to here instead of to here, that's fine. Just bring it to here, do your transitional step with the right foot, and step through into your bow stance. Over time, try and bring that foot around so it goes all the way to the corner, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, any questions about the footwork? No. Okay, good. So I'm going to turn around and face you so that we can talk about the arm movements. We're going to now combine the arm movements with the footwork. So we're in a bow stance. We are in single whip. One, as you start shifting back your weight, when it gets to about halfway, start pivoting. The left arm is going to come around and it's going to make a nice rounded shape. Left arm makes a nice rounded shape. And the right arm, your right hook, is now pointing straight to the side. The left arm is rounded in front of you, and probably if you took a line between your shoulder and your fingertips, that would also go to the side. So essentially, both arms are pointing to the side, and your chest is about to the corner. So let's do that. So that's one. So start shifting back your weight and turn. One thing to notice here is don't shift your weight all the way back immediately and then do the turn. You want to actually, one of the principles that we have is coordinate upper and lower, so that energy goes from the feet through the legs, through the waist, into the arms. So you're pushing with the legs. So what I want us to pay attention to is that we're shifting our weight around all the way so that our weight arrives on the right when our arms arrive. Okay, so let's do that one and go on. So one, start shifting weight. Left arm circles around, nice big round shape. Both arms pointing to the side. Two, you're going to shift your weight onto the left. As you release your hand, as you release the right foot, release the hook and rotate the right arm and pick up and change the foot. So essentially you're going to go from a hook to a palm, sort of 45 degrees up here. That's number two. So let's do 1 and 2 together. So with shifting weight back, rotate the left arm all the way to the side. That's 1. 2, pull your left arm back, release the hook, pick up the right foot to the side, left palm about up, sort of 45 degrees up. Your chest is now to the straight direction. That's 2. Let's do 1 and 2, and then we'll go on to 3. So 1, shift. 2, pull the left arm back, release the hook, rotate the right arm and the right foot. Now we're going to do 3. So 3 is the right arm comes in so that it's pointing to the corner, and the left arm goes to the right. So right comes to left, left comes to right as you shift your weight onto the right foot. So when your weight is flat on the right foot, your right arm is pointing at the corner and you're doing passing palm here. Let's do 1, 2, and 3. So 1, shift back, weight, left arm, big circle to the side, left toe to the corner. 2, shift back, left palm comes to the left, release the right hook, turn over the right arm and the right foot. 3, shift your weight forward, right arm comes in, left arm comes in. Let's do 1, 2, and 3 and go on to 4. So 1, both arms to the side. 2, left arm comes to the left, release the right hook, step with the right foot. 3, right arm to corner, left arm is shuttling under. 4, shuttle the left arm under, step out with the left foot. Your left arm is doing a ward off up and out, and the right arm is in front of your right shoulder. Do that part in this direction. So let's start again. So I want to show you exactly what the right arm looks like. So 1, shift 135 degrees, both arms to the side. 2, left arm comes to the left, release the hook, step with the right foot to the straight direction. 3, shift forward, your right arm is now pointing to the corner, left arm is underneath. 4, step out. So you can see that my right arm is it's almost like holding a baby or holding a football in front of my shoulder with my right arm. And then 5, I think it's 5, push up and out, going forward. Let's do that again. So 1, shift back weight and circle both arms to the side. 2, left arm comes to the left, release the hook. 3, step with the heel. 4, right arm comes to the left, left arm comes to the right. You're looking to the corner. 5, step through, heel touch. Cradling the baby with the right, left arm is warding off up. That's 5, I think. And then 6, pressing out. Okay. And let's do that again, and then we'll actually compare this to a couple of movements we know. So we're starting in single whip. 1, shift weight to the left, left arm circles around. 2, left arm comes to the left, release the hook, step. 3, shift forward, weight onto the right. Right arm is now to the corner, left arm is shuttling under. 4, step through, cradle the baby, ward off out left. And 5, strike forward. Now, if you check this position, if you forget about your left arm, this is essentially brush knee and push left. Your right, this is just a brush knee and push left. Your right arm is essentially the arm that you have in white crane, but it's just on the other side. So essentially, if you remember our arm positions, the shape of the arm doesn't change from here to here to here. It's the same arm. So to just make sense of this, let me just ask Susan to join me, and I just want to show you the application. And that will bring it together because I want to make the connection to essentially a movement we did before, which is apparent closing up. This is similar to apparent closing up. Thank you, Susan. So actually, let's just talk about apparent closing up. So Susan grabs me. So if you think about apparent closing up, I've done, you're here, you've done parry, block, and punch. Susan grabs me and pulls. I yield, strip, and push away. So let's do that again. So she comes in, pulls, I yield, strip, and push. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm yielding, passing palm, stripping her arm away, and in apparent closing up, we are just here. In this movement, instead of doing this and staying low, we're going to do this. So essentially the only difference is this movement here. So for example, if Susan grabs here, I'll yield, I'll strip, and I'll strike. So let's come over a little bit here. Yeah, okay. So Susan grabs, I yield, passing palm, strike. So it's the same movement as apparent closing up, but we are just finishing in a different position. We're finishing here instead of here. Thank you, Susan. Let's practice that together a few times. So we will start from the last Parting Wild Horses main. I'll practice in the same direction as you. So we've done Parting Wild Horses main number 3. We're going in the right-hand side direction or the 3 o'clock direction. Parting Wild Horses main. Transition to Grassbed's tail. Shift weight back. Pivot the right heel to the right front corner. Close the arms. Step the left foot in and out. Ward off left. Check that your torso is vertical. Left arm is straight out to the side. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal, ordinary, straight, vanilla, single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. Shift back weight. So 1, left arm comes around to the side, both arms to the side. 2, shift weight onto the left, left arm comes to the left, rotate the right arm and the right foot. 3, shift your weight forward. The right arm is now pointing to the corner. 4, shuttle the left arm under to the side, heel touch. And 5, step forward, left palm over the head. Do it in this direction. From single whip, we're going to do Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. Shift weight back, circle the left arm around to the side. 2, the left arm comes to the left, release the hook, change the right foot and the right palm up. 3, shift forward, all the weight on the right foot, right arm to the corner. 4, step out, cradle the baby with the right, warding off up with the left. You're about just over shoulder height. 5, left arm over the head, striking out with the right palm. Yep. And regrettably, gosh, how time flies. I don't know where it goes. I wish I could slow it down, but we'll practice more next week. If you have any questions that we didn't get to during class, just stay along after class. I'm happy to talk then. And let us close class. 同学们，再见。